Before your current position, you worked for Lambda Legal, the ACLU, and for New York Attorney General Tish James. And you were heavily involved in litigation against Nassau County when they banned transgender athletes from sports as well as public accommodations. Yeah. Trans girls in sports has become the new boogeyman. It's a playbook we saw 20-something years ago with gay marriage, so it's not new. But it seems, I think my question is for tangibly, what is the best argument that we can make to people in our own lives who may be somewhat ignorant on this issue? Because you've argued the legally, so what's the legal argument? What's also the moral case that we can make to people in our own lives about this issue?
Yeah, I mean, I think from a very real perspective, what I tell folks, and I used to tell parents all the time, regardless of little Johnny who is trans on the basketball team, your child was never going to the NBA anyway. So
That's so real. Let's be real. They're not that good.
Let's be so serious.
Yeah, Timmy couldn't make a basket, sweetie. He's not going to the NBA.
Yeah, it's very, I would, pursue education, become a doctor,
Read a book.
Very real things. And then, so, that's my sort of funny response, but in a very real way. I think it's a very nuanced conversation because you have, and it has to be for a lot of reasons, but, you have these situations like, take, for example, the state of Tennessee, the state of Arkansas, many states that have banned this care. You can't allege athletic advantage and then ban the care that would get rid of that athletic advantage.
Right.
It's like, what are we doing here?
Right.
Like, make it make sense. And then again,
math ain't mathing with them.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's a very small number of people. And then when you think about sort of like, this country is obsessed with sports. And no tea, no shade, I have no problem with that. We all have our interests.
So boring.
Some are better than others. But even when I was litigating these cases back at the ACLU, again, we know that sports, it's more than just winning. Sports is, again, learning so many life skills in terms of leadership, in terms of making friends, in terms of social skills, and these have very positive impacts on all young people.
Absolutely.
Okay, and that includes trans kids, that includes, and many of them, again, are not there to quote unquote dominate. Yeah. And again, if you look at the stats, many of them are not winning or not coming in first place. So again, it's like you wasn't gonna win anyway.
He wasn't.
That's just it. And so, that's really the moral part of it. It's just that every kid wants to just have friends, do all the things that their friends do and have fun, and that's what it has to be about. But they have taken this, again, and weaponized it through lies, through incompetence, and just not understanding gender-affirming care from a very real perspective to target a very vulnerable community that is truly a minority.
Truly a minority. Yes, absolutely. And, in the autopsy of the 2024 election, we often hear about the Kamalas for they, them ad. And I think a lot of Democratic leaders are getting this issue wrong and running away from what is morally right. And I will say you can criticize Joe Biden about many things. One of them being, I will never criticize him for, is that he said that he had the back of LGBTQ people and of trans minors in particular, and I applaud him for that. What do you think the Democratic Party, heading into the midterms, heading to 2028, what do you wish the next leader of the party should say on this issue?
Well, number one, I'd invite them to attend a class for a 101.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I will say...
Camera, whoever the nominee is, you're gonna...
Yeah, I mean, it's and, I have some things about Joe Biden I could say. The real thing is, it's that trans people are just like everybody else. We are born into this world, into situations that we cannot control. The idea that people would choose this, it's just like with being gay and sort of like the arguments that were made around that. When you track the pattern of like being gay being depathologized and not considered a mental illness anymore, it's sort of the same thing with trans people. Yeah. We are who we are, and we just want to be happy. We don't want anything special, and I want to be left alone for the most part. Yeah. I like to be in my house, and I like to be unbothered. But it's like, I think that you have to have conversations with trans people to know trans people. You have to hire trans people. You have to put them in positions of power because we are qualified. But at the end of the day, we are just like everyone else. We want the same rights as everyone else. And honestly, this is a Republican talking point because they can do nothing substantive. They have no real plans, and they are all less than smart.
100% less than smart. I mean, why would I choose to be gay? I wouldn't be in so much credit card debt right now. You know how expensive it is to be gay? It's crazy. Doing my research about you, you grew up in North Carolina. You were poor. And as you said, Southern poverty is a different type of poverty.
Very.
You are biracial, you're black, you are a trans woman. The cards were stacked against you in so many ways, especially the institutions of this country were, if not directly or indirectly, directly made to suppress you.
Yeah.
You know, what was your source of strength? And especially right now, there's a lot of LGBTQ people struggling out there. What do you say to them? And because what did you find about yourself about getting through this difficult time to where you are now?
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people, you know, before the Trump administration, diversity was kind of celebrated. We were like, yay, diversity. And then I remember just a freshman at Chapel Hill, and I remember sitting in my bed, and I was in this like horrible moment of just like very bad mental health systems because of gender dysphoria. And I remember saying to myself, you're poor, you're black, and you're trans. I was like, life is looking great. Life is looking great. But no, I think in that moment, I also, and I have said this many times, vividly remember saying to myself that I would never let anyone treat me differently or discriminate against me because of who I am and for things that I cannot change and that I shouldn't have to change. And that is something, thank you. And that is something that has stuck with me. And I will say, I come from a very long line of very strong black women, including my grandmother who have inspired me, including her mother and her aunt. My church back home is part of the North Carolina African American Civil Rights Trail because my great-grandmother and my great-aunt were part of what were called the Seven Mothers, and they worked to desegregate schools in my local county after Brown v. Board. And so when I think about, you know, what black people, you know, I see so many intersections between the movement for black civil rights and for LGBTQ rights. And so when I think about what black people have been through in this country, but specifically my own people who fought for me to have education, who fought for me to have these opportunities, I know that people have always had it so much worse. I have worked incredibly hard, do not get me wrong, but I have also been so fortunate. And so for me, it has always been my purpose to make people's lives better because, again, as far as I know, we only have one life, and we are on this earth for a very relatively short amount of time. And so to think that we would spend so much time hating on other people and like, mind your business. It's mind your business. Like, I always said if I ran for president, that would be my campaign slogan, okay?
Well, when you do run for president, I cannot wait because I will be on the campaign trail for you and tell them to mind their business. Since you are the director of the Office of LGBTQI+ Affairs and you're live here with us, it would be kind of great to see you in action, you know? So here is a real-life gay and lesbian, Garrett Williams and Allison O'Connor. In this segment, that's our time with Taylor. Garrett and Allison will each get a minute to vent, and you will then advise them. And when you're finished, you'll say, that's our time.
That's our time.
And you'll take my chair as I will exit the stage, and we'll bring this chair up.
Right. Well, first question, have you paid your copay? Hello.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to speak with you. I'm Allison.
I'm Garrett.
And well,
we have some things to talk about.
We have some serious. We kind of want to know your plans about a couple things. How you might be able to show up for us.
We might just rapid fire some questions.
Yeah, is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, question number one. Why is the line of animals so damn long?
Oh my gosh, why is the line of animals so damn long? I think it's for you to socialize.
To
make friends.
Okay, perfect.
Get off Grindr.
Ginger's canceled all their DJ events for all the summer because Park Slope neighbors were complaining about noise. What's your plan for that?
Well, my first plan is to figure out where else do lesbians hang out.
Yes, such a good question. So I'm trying to figure that out too.
Exactly, me too.
Yeah.
I have a question. Basement stopped serving beer at 4 a.m. What's your plan for that?
To support it. No more beer.
Of course, I should stop.
So I have carpal tunnel from lesbian sex. What's your plan for that?
Oh, wow. Well, I will review your insurance benefits and get back to you.
Okay, I have a question. I've been seeing tickets to gay circuit parties on Today Tix. What's your plan for that?
Oh, wow.
So Dyke event organizers, Dyke event organizers are charging me $30 for tickets and then $20 for cocktails just to stand in a room with everyone I've ever made out with. What's your plan for that?
I think you should feel privileged.
Oh.
Wow.
I think the Gov Ball lineup should be better. What's your plan for that?
Oh, wow. I have a whole list. If anyone needs my recommendations, then I'll try to get it.
Exactly right.
So queer barbers are charging upwards of $120 to chop my friend's shit up. What's your plan for that? What's your friend for that? And what's your plan for that?
Head to CVS, buy some scissors.
I would be part of the problem.
Exactly right. Okay, I didn't get Slater tickets. What's your plan for that?
I'll Google him.
And I didn't get Slater tickets either. What's your plan for that?
I'll Google him or them. Or her.
Perfect. You answered all of them. Thank you.
Oh, time is up. Great.
Thank you so much.